Mike from RunPhys.com. And today I want to talk to you about the importance of extending your hip when you run. Now, when our leg is swinging forward during the gait cycle, that's called hip flexion. When our leg is going the other way, that's called hip extension. Now, while running, hip extension occurs with our foot on the ground and our body advancing over top of our planted foot. So because of that, the way we address and the way we work on our hip extension is a little bit different than just simply lying on the ground and kicking our leg up and down. So today what I want to talk to you about is the factors that can influence how well you extend your hip. Because the better you extend your hip, the more efficient of a runner you will be, as well as that will contribute to less likelihood of injuries, not only in your hips, but also in your calf, in your foot, and other things. So what I want to show you are the factors that go into that, specifically the flexibility of your hip flexors, the strength of your hip muscles, as well as the stability of your core muscles to allow that movement to happen. So the first exercise I want to show you is a stretch for your hip flexors. So what you'll do is get down on one knee, and the knee that you're kneeling on, you're going to also rotate that foot out to the side to influence the hip internal rotation motion as well. And you're going to gently rock forward with your hips, with your hands up in the air. If you need to hold on to something for balance, that's okay. But you're going to rock forward about 30 times, feeling a stretch right in the front of the hip of the knee that's on the ground. Second exercise you're going to do, and again, this one is important for the strength of your hip when you land. When you can land efficiently and effectively, that's going to make for extending your hip a lot more easy, a lot more efficient. So what you'll do is you start by sitting down on a chair or some other surface where you can easily rise up again. And you'll do a single leg sit to stand exercise. What you want to do is progress that from having your hands out in front of you to having your hands up above you. And even as you rise up, kicking that other leg out in front of you as well. And the more easily and gracefully you can do that from progressively lower surfaces, making sure you're not aggravating your knees also, then that will be indicative of how strong your hips are, which should allow for a better landing, and which will translate to better extension as you advance over that landed foot. Lastly, we also need to make sure that your core muscles are strong enough and stable enough to allow that hip to get into an extended position, as well as bring it forward again. So what you're going to do for this last exercise is balance on one leg with some sort of a stretchy band or resistance overhead. And you're going to lean backwards with your body, kicking your free leg forward, and then come forward out of it. And you're going to go back and forth like that about 15 to 20 times, ideally feeling that your hip that's on the ground is reaching its maximal extended position, as well as that your lower abdominals are taking the load for that. So those are three ways to improve your hip extension while you run. And again, it's usually a combination of flexibility of the hip flexors, as well as proper strength in your glutes and in your core that allows for proper hip extension when you run. The better you do that, the more efficient of a runner you'll be, and again, less likelihood that you're going to get injured. So give those a try. Let me know how they go. If you have suggestions for other videos, please reach out to me. Otherwise, have a great day. Run fast, friends.